If ever there was a challenge in front of Team India, it is here, it is now. In Mirpur, second ODI, one down in the series, and having conceded 271 for 7, with Bangladesh at one stage 69 for 6. India with one batsman short. So effectively, you can say 55 for 4 in 15 overs. Shreyas Iyer and captain KL Rahul at the crease, 8 not out. Just how big a mountain this is to climb, we can try and assess it here on Cricbuzz Comm Box. I'm joined by Joy Bhattacharjya. Joy, this really is tough times for India. Yes, we can go on talking about the road to 2023 and how you want to be up against the wall, but this is a tough wall to be up against.
It's a really tough wall to be up against, and if in a 50 over match in a round which is slow and sluggish like Mirpur, at the end of the 15th, your required run rate is already above 6. It's 6.17 now. It's really not good news for India. And you're looking at 55 for 4. I'd take it little bit further. We're looking at Deepak Chahar as one of those people who's also a batsman, who's a bona fide batsman. Deepak Chahar also looks unlikely to bat, at least not in any position above 8 or 9. So that really makes it almost 55 for 5 for India. It's a really big hole that India's got to dig itself out of.
And of course, again, a bit of magic provided by Ibadat when he got rid of Virat Kohli. We were not sure who would open the batting. It was Kohli and not KL Rahul who came to open the batting. Started fluently, looked as if he had the intent to stay on there, but maybe it was just the surface in which that particular shot was not on.
No, absolutely. And that's the interesting thing. If you look at the first 2 Indian dismissals, it shows 2 very different surfaces. So the first surface, Ibadat's ball, actually Virat Kohli hits above the ball, gets an under edge, and he gets out. That means the ball didn't bounce as much. The next one, when you see Shikhar Dhawan, he's really cramped up. It's a ball that climbs on him, and he gives it away there. So what it seems to show is that, it's getting bounced sometimes. It's not. Sometimes the ball is playing lower than usual. And the Indians just seem to not get the rub of the luck. It seemed to be all going Bangladesh's way when they were batting. But really, and in conditions like this, it's the perfect conditions for somebody like a Shakib to bowl, because one of the things, Shakib gets a lot of wickets off, and as we talked about, 127 wickets here, now 128. He gets the ball to sort of stop on you because he knows the surface very well, and that's the basic problem. He went in for the shot early, Washington Sundar, and he just scoops it up. And I cannot tell you the number of times you've seen Shakib take a wicket like that, especially on Bangladesh pitches.
Yeah, and again, you sort of got the whole gamut of dismissals. You mentioned the vertical difference in terms of Shikhar Dhawan versus Virat Kohli, and you can almost say the horizontal difference because of the change of pace from Shakib getting out Washington Sundar. So all that will be in the minds of both Shreyas Iyer, who will from time to time be tested by the short one, and Captain KL Rahul, who will now be thinking, I have to lead India to even level the series.
Yeah, it's a mountain. It's a mountain with not very much left, but look, if they have to look for inspiration, they just need to look at the first innings of this match. Bangladesh 89 for 6, come to 271. Look at that partnership. Look how they put it together. They weren't slamming everything in the beginning, but they just sat out there, applied themselves, and sooner or later, once they got used to the pitch, they could accelerate again. And I think that's what India now has to do. Do not look at trying to chase the target. Just tell yourselves, okay, we'll be here for 3-4 more overs. Let's get 4 and over. The next few, okay, the run rate is now 8 and over, whatever. Let's try and get 7-8. Let's try and catch up to the run rate. And they have to break up this chase into what we call manageable bits.
Yeah, I was just trying to look down the Cricbuzz app and looking for the nice little colors that we have for the boundaries. The nice mauve that shows us a 6, that was in over number 8, that Shreyas Iyer hit. Shreyas Iyer and Washington Sundar were together against Nasuno Ahmed. Since then, 8 overs, not a single boundary. So maybe that's good news. Maybe it's India thinking that we can just hang in there, be there for ones and twos. But at some point in time, a boundary drought catches up on you.
Absolutely. I think they're putting themselves under a lot of pressure. And while the bowling has been tight, I'm sure they need to take those couple of chances to get a few runs, because if you get bogged down, it's only going to get worse for you, because this pitch is not going to get any faster.
It certainly isn't at this stage. Again, it's maybe the 35th over is a better time to assess it. But if you had to give a percentage at the moment, how far ahead are Bangladesh at this stage?
I'd say 70-30, definitely. 70-30 only out of respect for Shreyas being a great player of spin. I'd say 70-30, otherwise I would have gone 80-20.
Well, that's it. India up against it. but still plenty to play for. A big partnership here. They need to emulate what Bangladesh did, and India can be back in the game. If we can still be here on the 35th over Comm Box and these two batting, it should be some fun and games. We'll see you that time.